Welcome back to our Nioh 2 100% walkthrough. In this episode we'll be doing the main mission called the Hollow Fortress. We've got 6 Kodama to collect, and we also have 2 hot spring locations. My name is Azzavhar or Azza, and let's get into the video. So I'll just show you the gear that we are rocking before we jump into the action. We have all blue rarity shinobi gear, level 34, 35 and 36. We also have a rotten rope cutter, Kosuragami, level 38 with an attack of 359. If you look at the top, you'll see it says familiarity 0 out of 999. So what we can do with that is, if we pump that up, that will also increase the attack of the Kosuragami as well. So if you head to your items here and go to whetstone, use those. And then if we go back to the Kosuragami, you'll now see it says 999 out of 999, and the attack power has increased as well. So you can increase the familiarity by using the whetstones, or you can just use the weapon to fight enemies and stuff and it will go up as well. But if you've got some spare whetstones, you might as well do that. You can also talk to this NPC for some spirit stones, so let's talk to him. I think you can talk to him like a couple of times, and eventually gives you a second one. There we go, like so. You can also smash these. These are Amrita crystals. They'll give you Amrita, they'll give you experience points for smashing those. Other than that, let's jump into the stage. Collect these Kodama. So you can choose to use a bow and arrow and range stuff on these enemies here if you do want to. The rifle as well, but I'm going to choose to use melee to try and conserve some of my ammo for a little bit later in the mission. This mission is quite long. It is a main mission, so it does go on for quite some time. You can also get spirit stones by smashing these crystals, so keep that in mind. Get some extra experience points for the spirit stones as well. Then we'll head on up here. Got the first Kodama coming up quite soon. I'm going to choose to use Purification Talisman in case we aggro that second one. There we go. Careful, because these guys pack a punch. That's one hit and my health bar was pretty much deleted there. Going to back up, finish that off with Shuriken and Kunai. So your first Kodama is over here. Make sure to grab this first Kodama. There we go. It looks like we've got one of these guys that spawned. They don't always spawn. I think it's random, so you may or may not have this guy here. Anyway, might as well take him out. And we also have a treasure chest just around the corner, so grab the treasure item just on this ledge. We'll grab that, and then we've got this guy throwing these. Give him the old 1-2. There's an enemy here. You want to take them out. Technically speaking, you can just skip that guy if you want to. Oh, this guy's still alive. He's dedicated to the cause there. So if you look on the compass, you'll see there is an enemy coming up ahead. You can see the red dot, so we'll put on a Purification Talisman. Ideally, I'll try and back this guy into a corner. Because you can do quite a lot of like jump backs or like hop backs and avoid quite a lot of your attacks. So sometimes mid stance might work a little bit better against that particular enemy, because mid stance has got a little bit more range with the Kosuragami. So it might work a little bit better if he's hopping back and dodging your attacks and stuff. Pop this guy in the head. We'll pop this guy in the head as well. There he goes. That'll do. And then we can drop down here. this item. We got a yokai that's going to spawn in. So put on the purification talisman on our weapon. Hopefully get a horn break. Purify that Dark Realm pool. There we go. That enemy can be a little bit spicy. So if things do get a bit spicy, feel free to like back up and use your kunai and stuff instead. Just fight from range, keep yourself safe. Ladders here. This leads down to the first shrine of the stage. This is a shortcut back to that shrine. So we'll just pull this lever. This will bring an elevator down. We'll go up the elevator in just a second. First of all, just going to head over here. Pop these guys in the head. This guy's being spicy today. Give him the old 1-2. And we'll clear that area out. We've got an item here. And then I think there's something in the back room as well. So Kodama. So we'll pop an item down. We'll try this bomb, shrapnel bomb. Leather cord and plant fruit. I'll take it. I'll take it. So we'll grab that and then we'll head round. I think there's an item just tucked away on the ledge. So let's get that. The enemy is still alive somehow there. So let's just pop him in the face. I think he's dropped a bit of cash and stuff, so I might as well grab that cash. There we go. And then we can go up the elevator. So basically, with this particular room, this room is big. Very big. So the main thing that we're looking for here is a Kodama. Although you can sort of like go through this room a couple of times. You kind of like go up to the top and you drop down the ledges, go back up again and rinse and repeat. But as long as we get the Kodama, then we don't necessarily need all of the treasure. I could not see a thing there, but it worked out perfectly, so I'll take it. So we'll push forward. We've got a couple of enemies in this back room here. One there, and one here. Might opt for some feathers for this guy. That completely missed. That also completely missed. I think we'll go for the fire ones there. They more likely to hit. The fire ones are than the water and the lightning ones. So the water ones kind of like go across from, I think it's from right to left, and then the lightning ones go. It's either, I think it's like towards you and away from you. Anyway, grab the items in there. In fact, let's just test the lightning one. I think it goes, yeah, kind of like from where you are and then away from you in a kind of like a line. So let's grab the items in here. More in there. We can potentially headshot this guy. I was a little bit too enthusiastic there. Running into that room a bit too soon. Grab this Scampus. The ultimate power-up. And then we shall head on down. This is where we can start like dropping down to the ledges and stuff. There's a Dark Realm here with a chest. You can't open this chest until we've cleared the Dark Realm. What we'll do first is just focus on the Kodama. So we drop down that first ledge. In fact, we're going to take this enemy out. And then we'll drop down the second ledge. Grab the Kodama. Very important, so make sure to grab this. Then we'll drop down some more ledges. Watch out for this guy because he packs a giant punch. Potentially go for your fire and your shurikens and your kunai to keep a nice safe distance there, because that guy can basically delete you in like 2 strikes. So you got to be really careful around the axe. Other than that, we'll just search this level of the area here, and ideally we want to be working up to clear the dark realm, but there's a bunch of enemies and treasure and stuff you can get first. Ideally I would go for a rifle shot for this guy, but we don't have any bullets, so we'll just go for the arrows and hopefully get him in the head. Got that eventually. That's another enemy that can pack a massive punch, so be very careful of that guy's strikes. And we'll head back up this bit, looking to get back into the Dark Realm area because there's an enemy knocking about somewhere in there. So yeah, we'll follow that back up and then follow it round. It should lead, you can see a red dot on the compass. Basically we just need to clear that red dot to clear the Dark Realm. Haven't aggroed him yet, so what we'll do is pop on Purification. It might be worth popping on a Sacred Water as well here. Just fighting in the Dark Realm is going to be spicy. Just going to go for the feathers, burst counter, feathers, burst counter, feathers, burst counter, water, burst counter, water, burst counter. Deleted. And Dark Realm cleared. You could have also applied Purification, so you could have like gone up there and done some combos to apply Purification, but I just went for the feathers instead. Look at this. So there is a bunch of stuff we can grab now that we've cleared the Dark Realm. A chest here. I think this leads up, if I'm not mistaken. It does. We'll just hang on to that for now. In fact, we'll go straight up there. So, just to show you kind of where we have gone there. So, we took out the sort of red dot enemy just here. In fact, I'm just going to grab this chest. In the room past where he was, there's also a shortcut we can grab here. There's a couple of different things we can do. So we can head out this way, which leads us to the next segment of this stage. But you can bag some extra treasure, if memory serves, by backtracking a little bit, going over this wooden plank bit there, go into where this treasure chest is, and then heading up here, just to the side of that treasure chest. This fight might be a little bit spicy, so be careful of this one. We've got some water feathers, and water feathers do quite well against this enemy here, so let's... There we go. So yeah, just be careful with that one. It can be a bit of a spicy meatball. And luckily we had the water feathers, which helped out quite a lot against that enemy, so there we go. That is that clear. I think there's also another treasure chest somewhere. If we follow it around, I do think we have to drop down there. Ideally I want to go up there, but I guess we could... I think if we drop down, get some extra treasure. I don't think there's anything too crazy in that treasure chest, to be totally honest. So don't worry too much if you don't grab the treasure chest. Don't do this drop down and grab the extra treasure chest. So I'll drop back down again. Head back over to the treasure chest here. Follow this back out again. And up. And we'll go round again. But this time don't drop down that segment that we just dropped down. Head on outside. This fight might be a little bit spicy. We don't have too much left to use in combat, but we'll try the kunai approach. And shuriken approach. Ideally get a horn break if we're lucky. Here we got it. Helped out quite a lot there. Guy's gone for a jump down there. So this is kind of like the mid section of the stage. A couple of bits and bobs we can do here. First of all, we've got a Kodama just on this ledge. Make sure to grab that. And I believe we can rest at a shrine. You can kick down these ladders. There's some more ladders here. A couple of different ways we can go here, but first of all, what I'd probably recommend is just popping a shrine rest, because at this point you probably won't have much items or ninjutsu stuff and magic stuff and stuff like that, so it'd be a good idea to rest. Also going to use these spirit stones, potentially get some levels up here. Some more spirit stones there, pop those. That should do for now. Just check out our ninjutsu skills. We want to be working towards a couple of things here. We've got one which increases ninjutsu capacity by 3, and you can also level that up again afterwards. However, we have to clear the way of the ninja adept in the dojo before we get that, so we'll do some dojo missions soon-ish, potentially after we've done this mission. I will grab Poison Shuriken and the Paralyze Shuriken as well. Just grab those. These particular Shurikens here, the Poison one and the Paralyze one, are good against human enemies, and some bosses will be human, so it's a good idea to have these ready for future. Just pop a point into any of those. That'll do for now. Level up. I'm going to pop a couple of points into... later down the line, we definitely need, I think it's 18 skill. So we'll pop a few into skill. That'll do for now. Let's continue on. We technically don't need to go this way here, but there is an item, I think, at the end of the road here, so we'll grab the item. And this is one of the exits that we would come out of from that first section we were in. So we'll head out there, and we can go up those 2 ladders. Let's just explore around here first of all. Got a Kodama there, so let's pop an item down. Not quite sure. I'm going to try this yokai incense. I'm not quite sure if they are a fan of that or not, but there we go. We've got some hot springs coming up quite soon as well, so we'll look out for those. They're a bit of a nightmare when they're in sort of like crouch mode. There we go. Oh, watch out for this boulder as well. I always forget about that boulder. You can shoot this guy in the eye, potentially. Although it's easier said than done. Oh, there we go, we got it. I'm going to try and apply purification, even though it might be a little bit tricky on this enemy. We got it. Basically, one of the combos, like the high stance combo, will pretty much apply purification most times. So if you can get like one combo off, specifically in high stance, it should apply purification. I think a combo in low stance will also get purification on them as well. But yeah, that's that bit. We'll head on in. I think this enemy will turn into one of those with like the yeah, those things. Do some lightning on that guy. going to save those shurikens, actually. Might need them in the not too distant future, so we'll hang on to some of those shurikens for now. Just clear this area out. I don't think there's too much kind of happening in here, to be fair. It's just a couple of random enemies here and there. Just pop that guy in the head. Pet the old scampus. It's got to be done. Grab the items. We'll head back up here. There's a couple of splits in the road and stuff, and we do need to go pretty much all of these different ways. Because there's Kodama and there's hot springs and stuff that we need to grab. So let's go this way first of all. Grab some stuff here. Before we continue, I know this road here kind of like leads up to the castle that we're heading to. I don't quite want to go up to the castle just yet. Let's do a little bit of backtracking. Head up here. I think this may bring us where those two ladders were I mentioned before. A yokai here, so I'm just gonna purification talisman. Try and get purification on him. And watch out for that wall behind him though, because there's a fake wall there. There goes, one of the waters deleted him. Technically didn't need to, but fair play. We don't have any red graves, so I can't kind of like figure out which one to use, which emote to use. So it's just going to be like totally random. It worked out quite well. It was the blue one. So this is the first hot spring of the stage. Make sure to grab this hot spring if you are going for the hot spring achievement. A second one a little bit later on. That's the first one. Let's just look for those ladders. I'm pretty confident those ladders are around here somewhere. Let's grab this treasure chest. On my mage's locks in there, which is really good. Yes, so this is the sort of like double ladders option that brings us up here. What we'll do is just check this way. Over here. We need to basically follow this round, so we're kind of like going in that direction over there. Quite a few enemies here though. I'm going to try switching to bow and arrow. I don't want to use too many explosive rounds because at the minute we've only got sort of the explosive bullets on the rifle, and they are like really, really powerful. So I don't want to waste too many of the explosive bullets. Although they would probably come in quite handy against this guy. Okay, I think we'll probably just go over there. Deleted our key. I'm going to opt for the kunai on that guy because he hits like a truck. Just be very, very careful of that. So this bit just leads around up here, and we basically just need to follow this round up this bit. It's a bit spicy fighting on these platforms, not going to lie to you. I'll be very, very careful. There we go, just going to opt for the feathers there. Probably the safer approach. So once again with those feathers, like I mentioned, we're basically using some feathers and then we're taking advantage of the burst counter of the Phantom Guardian. The Phantom Guardian Spirit. Then by using that burst counter, it basically cuts the animation short from the feathers so that we can become a feather spamming machine. Kodama here, make sure to grab this in this section just here. Then we can drop down, and this is where it will kind of like lead up to the castle towards the end. This is where I turned around earlier and did a bit of backtracking, but this time we will go forward. Got yokai here. Fire. The burst counter there also acted as a block, so I casted the fire feathers, and then directly after casting the feathers I then burst counted, and then as the enemy was kind of trying to hit me, the burst counter also acted as a block, so I didn't take any damage. Okay. So this is the sort of like end-ish of the mission. Just gotta get through this area, which can be a little bit spicy. Ideally, I'm going to try and hold on to some of my shinobi items and stuff, because we have to kill a yokai that clears the Dark Realm, and we can't rest at the shrine without clearing the Dark Realm, this next upcoming bit. So we're going to be working towards these gates just here, but we need a key item to open those gates. So what we'll do is grab this item here. The key item is just off this ledge. There's a Kodama first of all, so we'll grab this Kodama. It's in this corner. Then we'll drop down. A well there. A yokai. Ideally I would have some purification talismans. I don't have any. What I might do is use a different talisman. I think we've got some random ones that we picked up, so I'm going to try and apply water through the weapon. I was hoping to get a horn break before he got his grab off, but it didn't quite work. Will do. We did eventually get the horn break, although it took some time. I think the key item is in here. Yep. Lets us access like the back of the castle. We'll grab that key item and then head on back. Got quite a few enemies knocking about here. This guy's got a helmet on, so might as well pop him. Just change direction as I just shot. Pop him with a rifle for the easy kill. Save bullets. And these enemies are going to wait for some key to regen. That'll do. Takes those out, and then we're going to head back. Got a Sudama here, so let's pop him a present. Try one of these bombs. See if he likes it. That'll do. We can head back. So we have a choice. Technically coming up, we can choose to go through these gates here. We will need to do that because there is a Kodama down the back there. We can also fight these enemies at the front if you want to. I'm going to have a go at this. Although ideally we could do a resting at a shrine first. He just tanked that arrow to the eye. This guy packs a massive punch. I'll do. Luckily, one of our fire arrows took him out, so fire feathers took him out. and not fire arrows. So item behind the main doors here. What we'll do is probably head round the back, just because I think there's like a shortcut door that you can only open from this direction. So you literally have to go this way to get the Kodama around the back. It opens some doors around here as well. We can head on inside. Enemy up ahead. Might be able to get in with a rifle shot. Missed, unfortunately. There is a Kodama just here, so make sure to grab this one. And that is all of the Kodamas for this stage. So just behind this set of armor here, that's the final Kodama. We've got a helmet guy, so unfortunately we're going to have to get him a couple of times. There we go. Head on inside. There's a Scampus just tucked away here. So grab that Scampus for some magic regen. Head on up. I think there's a door. Yes, there is. Thought there was. So this is the door that's kind of like around the back here. So the only other collectible thing that we need to grab is the hot spring location. So we'll head on inside the castle and get searching for that. Grab that item there. We'll also try and clear the Dark Realm, which is not too far from where we are. Ideally, I'm going to try and focus on clearing the Dark Realm first. Managed to get a burst counter there, luckily. If we didn't, we probably would have died, because that attack is an absolute beast. Take out this enemy here. There is a fake wall, which is where the last hot spring location is, so let's grab that. I've got no red grave, so I can't actually tell which emote to use. Just going to randomly pick one. Perfect, worked out well. And we've got the hot spring here, so make sure to grab this. This is the last one of this stage, or the 2 of 2. For the hot springs there, grab all the bits and bobs. We don't need to go up those stairs just yet. I believe that leads towards the boss. So ideally what I would say is try and grab the shrine first that's in here. Let's head down here. Alright, here we go. So basically the shrine is here, but it's obviously blocked off by the Dark Realm. So we'll head down these stairs. And there are 2 yokai here. This one will not clear the Dark Realm. There's another one just over there. So what we'll do, I'll just have a look on our items. Perhaps we've got something like Shinobi Box to restore some of our items. So we've got a Sacred Brush, I'll use that, which will restore some of our on my magic items. And then I'll also use the Shinobi Box. That will restore some ninja items. So now we've got our talismans back and our ninja items back, so we can get cracking with the fights. I'm actually going to use Sacred Water as well, because this can get a little bit spicy in here. So there we go. So I put Purification on him, and then just popped a few feathers and stuff to finish the fight. We'll do the same here. Purification is on, as you can see. I'm going to switch to water. There we go. That also clears the Dark Realm. So that is that. And we just need to loot and shoot, grab all these bits and bobs, grab all the items and stuff. down here. And if we go back up the stairs, the shrine should be clear. It is. So what we'll do is just do a quick scout around, grab all the bits and bobs, and then we'll head up to the boss. There's treasure. This guy is a spicy meatball. There we go. So just used feathers there to take him out. Luckily, our burst counter, I'm basically in the habit of every time that I use feathers, I also do a burst counter like straight away afterwards. And a lot of the time it saves me. Like I say, it acts as a block. So. There we go. So just scouting around really for treasure chests and stuff at this point. There's a few bits and bobs knocking about, I do believe. I think there's one just around here. I've got rifle bullets. I don't. I would have used those, but... got a couple of shuriken and kunai. So we'll use those. You could also rest up at the shrine before scouting around the castle and stuff, so you've got your stuff restocked. I just wanted to not respawn the enemies just yet until I finish like scouting out the castle. If that makes sense. There we go. So yeah, we are definitely running low on the shinobi gear and on my magic talismans and stuff like that, so we definitely need to stock up on that soon. Got a little area here that we can grab these from as well. Okay, cool. So we'll grab a rest. Just make sure that we have a clear path to the boss. I think there's a yokai that we need to take out before heading into the boss fight itself, so we'll essentially go up these stairs. In fact, I'm not sure if I got an item that was just tucked away behind this guy, so let's just double check that. There is a treasure chest there as well. There's quite a lot of bits and bobs really tucked away here. I don't think there's any like too crazy items, to be totally honest, but it's worth checking out if you fancy getting all the stuff. Okay, so what we'll do is just clear this yokai at the bottom of the stairs. Once we've done that, we should rest, really. Yeah, that should take him out. Even the old one too. So now that we've cleared that guy at the bottom of the stairs, he shouldn't respawn, in theory, after we rest. So we'll just do the final checks up here before jumping into the boss. That's the actual boss room there, just to the left. Some of these enemies will actually respawn. I don't think there's anything down here if memory serves. No, that's all good to go. So we could ideally do with being a little bit more topped up on our bits and bobs before we jump into the boss fight itself. So what we'll do is head downstairs, head through this room, head down these stairs to the shrine, just do some final preparations. You also switch your accessories for the boss, because the accessories that we're using are the Kodama sensor and also the treasure sensor, and obviously we don't need to sense any more treasure or sense any more Kodama because we, you know, we've already got all that stuff. So what we could do is just have a quick look, see what we got. So we'll just pop this on for now. We've got a fan, key recovery speed, anima charge. That'll do. And then we'll switch on something else in place of this. Perhaps something to do with ninjutsu if we've got something. Let's take a look. I think we had something that was quite low level. It's pretty decent. It's got plus 20 ninjutsu, elixir efficiency, some gold earned. I might as well pop that on for now. We'll just use any spirit stones we've got to make sure we are prepped. There we go. Another one there. I think we are good. And then we'll check our skills. In fact, the skills should be fine for this fight. We also bring in the additional magic talisman at this point if you fancy. So we've got 5 of the purification. This is on Nioh magic. And then we can also put this one on as well, this magic talisman. We'll ready those. We're only ready 3 at the minute. That's fine. In fact, might be able to level it up on here. Let's have a look for it. I think it's this one here, but it's already leveled up, so that's fine. Can't level it up any further. So we have readied that, and then what we'll do, pop some levels up real quick. I'm actually going to pop a couple of levels into magic, put that to 12. And then on our shortcuts, I'm just going to mess around with the shortcuts a little bit. I'm going to change the sacred water and put sacred water on our shortcut set 3 instead. There we go. And then on shortcut set 2, I'm going to put the magic building talisman on. So basically, how it works is we will apply it and it will make us gain anima or make us gain magic at a faster and a better rate. So before most fights, you can apply both of those talismans and then jump into the action. So we'll just rest up. We've got our talismans at the ready. And yeah, let's jump into the boss. So go up these stairs. Follow this room round, up these other stairs. Skip past that guy. Apply your stuff. Talisman. You can do sacred water. Well, I was hoping to jump in without fighting this guy, but fair play. Guess we'll go for it. Okay, I'm actually going to reapply those things. So, purification, then magic, and sacred water. And let's jump in. So ideally, I'm going to try and apply purification. Although for this guy, it might not be ideal. So what I'll go for instead is the feathers. The water might not be quite as good because he's like always running towards us. We have managed to get the water debuff on there. Let's try and apply the fire debuff as well. Perfect, so that's because we've got both debuffs on. It applied confusion, which basically deleted his key, brought him out of the dark realm there, which is good. Also got plant fruit, so if your magic's looking low, you can apply a plant fruit or magic talisman. Don't forget you've got kunai and shuriken, so you can just to be fair, the kunai does an insane amount of damage, so as long as he's kind of like running towards you and not blocking, you can just throw a kunai. We also had a yokai shift, which we didn't actually use there at all. With that soul core. So don't forget to use your yokai shift if you need, and then just use all the stuff at your disposal, like your kunai, your shuriken, your feathers, and that is the end of the stage. So hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.